Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank. Dude, I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude, and I am extra fired up right now, dude. First and foremost, we got Aaron on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, just chilling, dude. And I'm stoked right now. If you're on YouTube, you already know. If you read the title of this episode, you already know, dude. But it's the anniversary ep 52. How many weeks in a year? 50 deuce. I got the freaking bros on the pod. Chad and JT, what up, dudes?
Freaking
What up, dude?
Dude, fucking so stoked that you guys are here right now, dude. Truth be told, dude, thank you, dude.
Yeah.
We're covering today, little spoiler, this was JT's idea, dude, to cover the apocalypse, dude, and have the 4 horsemen of the Chillpocalypse, which we, get the pleasure of doing on Going Deep, dude, your guys' dank-ass pod, dude. But Joe texted us and said he forgot it, so...
Yeah, imagine if one of the 4 horsemen just slept in during the apocalypse.
Yeah. All the sinners would be real lucky because they wouldn't be getting punished.
And all the other, horsemen would be like, dude, where's the locust?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Dude?
That's
Yeah,
the
dude,
locust
exactly,
guy slept in.
bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the locust guy slept in.
They're not supposed to come right now. Did you guys hear that? Like, because of global warming, like the locusts, people are saying, like, this is supposed to be a year, like every 17 years.
Yeah, I thought this was the big year.
Cicada. It's the big year for cicadas, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that, Aaron, is a locust and a cicada the same thing? Or they like, is there nuance here? Does one like have a different wing or?
I think they're the same. I don't know for sure.
Oh, really?
It's maybe like regional, where like if Joe was here, he would call fireflies lightning bugs.
Does he?
We had that with cornhole. He's like, it's bags.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of tell regionally where a dude's from based on their lexicon.
Or Hardee's versus Carl's.
Which we
We discovered.
Yeah, which they basically the only difference is, Chad, do you know the difference between a Hardee's and a Carl's? Yeah, dude, Hardee's is way worse because they don't have a Western bacon combo.
What?
Yeah,
Which is the
So,
best thing on the menu.
It's Carl's Jr. without the Western bacon?
Yeah.
We're all
What is that?
Bash.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
What, I feel like they would know that people, that's their favorite item. So wouldn't they be like, all right, let's make an amendment? Or is there some kind of a...
I bet
There's
you
no
maybe
Midwestern substitute.
Was it Carl's idea? And he's like, you can't have it?
probably
Oh, wow.
probably got his
That
lawyers.
was like the West Coast being territorial.
Yeah.
Aaron, you probably order something wrong at Carl's, dude. Sorry to come down on you like this right now, but what do you get? What do you get at Carl's, dude? You probably get like...
No, I just go superstar with cheese, combo.
That's chill.
Waffle fries if you can.
Old standby.
I think they have those at I think they
Nice.
have those at frickin' at Hardee's.
Yeah, I think you'll be just fine at Hardee's.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, Aaron. Sorry, dude. Aaron. Missing Joe, dude, but we're staying stoked. You guys are here, dude. So freaking fired up, dude. We're talking. JT had this freaking absolute fire idea. He's like, dude, when we can get back on the pod, dude, when it's safe and we're hanging out, and dude, and I feel like, I don't know if truthfully, but definitely psychologically, I feel like we're coming out of the pandemic a little bit. Like,
For sure.
We're vaxxed up, ready to go.
You
dude.
and I flipped parts. I was the most afraid ever.
I know.
I shit outside at a strip mall because I didn't want to use a public bathroom.
But
Yeah, and then, which was probably my low point of the pandemic. But now I'm less afraid, and you're sticking to your guns and being safe.
I know.
But because I feel less afraid now because I'm double vaxxed with the Moderna.
So, yes, exactly. You
So I
have
think I'm
right
out of the woods.
Totally, and statistically, you are, dude. I mean,
But
like,
as are
have-
you.
Totally, I'm the same. But I still have like right now, I have my mask right here in my pocket right here.
So are you still a little bit afraid of getting COVID?
You know what? Not really. And my actions are speaking louder than my words. Like we went to a kickback the other day. We went to a backyard kickback.
Were you nervous at all?
Nah.
Not me neither.
I reached inside the fucking thing to grab a Rona, dude. Didn't even think twice.
Yeah.
Cracked it open. Felt nice.
It's great.
Do you
Yeah,
know-
I've been trying to be, I mean, I've been doing like hot yoga and stuff. You have to wear a mask there, but I've been trying to, push the, only where I have to wear it, because I think I'm just sort of trying to break free from that
Our class is
mindset a
busy.
little bit. They are busy, yeah. And if it wasn't for the vaccine, it would be a hotbed for Rona, because it's just hot air,
Sure.
sweating. And they're like,
Zero
but
ventilation.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
but we're distanced and we're masked. I'm like, that's not doing anything.
Nah, dude. And people get horny. I bet you some people probably
So horny.
bone after those.
That's why they're on
They probably
steroids?
bone after
Yeah.
that,
Absolutely. Yeah.
after a yoga class.
That's actually why they, the government held them for so long. They're like, you guys can't, it's just inevitable that, the pheromones start flying and
It's true. You
people
get that
just start porking.
100%. Speaking of lifting and shit, I saw you did a Murph for Memorial Day.
I
That's
did Murph.
rad.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your time? No pressure if you don't want to. I don't know how the get on that.
I forgot to time it, but it was around probably, because I went to the gym and I drove back home so I could take off my mask.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably an hour and a half.
Including the drive time.
Yeah.
So you
I
probably
would
did it.
subtract that.
Yeah. You probably did it in sub-hour, I bet.
I don't know. Those pull-ups are really hard. Those took me. I was able to get to like 20 easily, and then at that point it was like 3, 4 at a time, and then it was like 1 to 2 at a time. So that takes a really long time.
For sure.
But then the push-ups and the squats are pretty easy. The push-ups get tough towards the end, and the squats were pretty much a breeze. But those pull-ups are killer.
Yeah, I don't even think I can do 10 bodyweight pull-ups at this point. JT, I've seen him jack out some pull-ups at the park, dude.
I'm pretty solid with the pull-ups.
Very nice. Good upper girdle body strength. And you know what I kind of like about Memorial Day is that there is this tradition, and maybe it's, the community of CrossFit, a little subculture, but it's like, I like that it's a getting jacked tradition. You know what I mean? Like for Christmas, people carve a turkey, open a gift under a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I think our country would be better off if there was more lifting involved with our holidays. You know what I mean? Like Thanksgiving, you have a turkey trot. People exercise. I think that's tight.
Yeah.
If we could do, for St. Patty's Day, everyone's chugging brews, but maybe there's like a core routine so you can earn those cows.
It is really fun to
that'd be
rally
tight.
around. Yeah. It's fun to rally around a workout like that for sure.
It's the best, dude. So I think that'd make our country better. And speaking of like better times and stuff, today we're going to be talking about end times, unchill times, dude. So we got, a couple of chill bros here talking about an unchill thing. So hopefully we're, evening out the playing field there, and we'll learn a thing or two as we dive into some history. But dude, before we do that, we got some epic sponsors for this podcast, dude. The first sponsor right now, dude, it's dude, Keep Athletics, dude. So basically this is just fire shorts. I'm wearing them right now, dude. Like I mentioned, I like to keep my mask in them, dude. Just have it at the ready, and it does not slip out. Neither does my phone, dude. If I'm skating, busting a pop shove it or a kick flip, dude. I'm wearing my Keep shorts, dude. Fan of the pod, dude. Patrick, dude, invented these things, dude, because his keys were slipping out when he's sitting in his freaking car, dude, slipping in that little crevice, dude. So he just wanted to post up and spread some freaking love by giving listeners a sweet deal, dude. So cruise out to keepathletics.com/dank15 to get 15% off your first order. That's spelled KEAP, keepathletics.com/dank15 for 15% off your first order, dude. And dude, treat yourself, dude. It fires me up to, get a sponsor like that from a dude who enjoys the pod and his own business, dude. But I'm a man of equal playing field. So we're also brought to you by Credit Karma, dude. You guys heard of them, dude? They're legit. Who doesn't want instant gratification, dude? If you're looking for satisfaction, there's no need to wait, dude. With Credit Karma money, you can win cash reimbursements for debit purchases, dude. Right now, visit creditkarma.com/winmoney to open your free account and start winning instant karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney, dude. Love winning, dude. Sick, dude.
Nice.
Thank you, dudes. And so, dudes, really, we're talking apocalypse theories. And the thing with apocalypse, it's end times, it's rapture. So it's ingrained in religion. So basically it's like, if the end of the world comes by like a volcano or something, like we'll get into like what people predicted and stuff, but it's like the main approach, we live in the States, we know that. It's going to be a Western approach, it's going to be Christianity. We'll sort of run down that and then dive into a few different apocalypse theories, sort of talk it out, see what we maybe think might be, most likely, if at all likely, hopefully not, and just sort of share our thoughts and feelings as we go into it, and maybe what you could do. I mean, I guess off the bat, like right now, like if someone told you, like, we always say you're going to live one day to live, what are you going to do to get right? For me, it'd probably be like a good lift, probably a good lovemaking sesh with my dank ass fiance, probably bump some tunes that really take me back to good moments, like Kevin Little, maybe some Venga Boys, and just really live it up that way. Maybe get a nice healthy buzz. What would you guys do if you knew you were going out the next day?
I guess my brain jumped immediately towards some kind of like moral cleansing, like call people I had wronged or reach out to people I had been neglecting. But I appreciate that yours is more about just enjoying the day.
Yeah, it's definitely a self approach, but I love that you have this redemption. I think that's something that the world could use a lot more of, and honestly, might even get you through the apocalypse. To be honest, because everything's like thirds. Like it's like 1/3 of the population will get killed, 2/3 will live. I think you'd be in that 2/3 live.
And do I understand in this thing that it's God is behind the apocalypse?
Yeah, that's like sort of ingrained.
That's why I go moral, because I'm like, all right, well, God's real and he's casting out judgment, so I better clear my slate ASAP, dude.
Fire
so
call.
like people I have like punked or put in wrestling holds or noogied, I'm about to call and be like, hey, my head's over here if you want to return the favor.
Good call. Even tabletoped.
A lot of tabletop.
A lot of tabletop.
Dude, I remember going on a field trip and having my back to a tree just so no one could tabletop me.
Yeah, too.
For like 3 hours, just
Smart.
firmly mounted.
The thing is, tabletop was sort of like if you got punked and you got pushed over. If anyone's listening and not clear, tabletopping it's a two bro prank where one guy sneaks up behind.
This is even dangerous to tell the youth about because
it is dangerous. Wrists
they're going to
get
hear
broken,
about it
dude.
and then they're going to do it.
It's true.
No, Chris Castellaspy, he came to school the next day, double sheathed with Cass.
No way, he broke both.
He broke both his wrists.
Wow.
Yeah. Trying
Dude, imagine
to
telling
catch
your
himself.
dad.
Because what happens is when you fall, it's a mistake a lot of people make. When you fall, you try to catch yourself with your hands,
Yeah.
and it just never works out. There's not enough. They're not load bearing enough to handle that.
That's how I broke my right wrist twice.
Getting tabletop.
No, not tabletop, but falling.
Oh yeah.
Falling on my wrist like that.
Snowboarding.
No, I was doing pull-ups and the bar slipped. I was trying to impress some ladies at a track meet.
Love it.
It was 6th, 7th grade. The bar slipped and I just flew down, wrist down on the ground. And then the other time I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, I was climbing a soccer goalpost, fell off of it.
Damn.
You're getting after
But you
it.
still do pull-ups
Getting
all the
after it.
time.
I do. I don't really do pull-ups, but I do enjoy them.
Nice.
But I actually stay away from them because I'm not trying to get too huge.
Right. You have a great
you beef
physique.
up quickly too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what would you do to get right?
I would call my family, getting those calls, and then I would get a Ducati, and assuming it's
smart.
like a big atomic explosion, I would hightail it into the explosion just to get it over with.
I think that's a good move.
Going to
dude.
the eye of the storm.
Yeah, but just like
Do your worst.
but just like playing like the Mission Impossible theme song. I don't know if I should go shirtless or with like a really sick outfit.
I dropped the top.
Yeah, maybe some sick ass shades, helmetless.
Yeah, no helmet.
Just GTA style, just cruising straight into ground zero.
That's freaking beast, man. I think both you guys are going to live because it's split up into the 2/3 thing. I think I'd be done. I was more selfish. Aaron, what are you doing, dude? You got a kid, so it's different for you, dude.
I mean, I hadn't even considered the kid, really. I kind of assumed
you're definitely dead,
by
dude.
this time she's already grown up. But I mean, I was my instant thought of like, what's your perfect day is like, bone sesh, breakfast burrito,
Yeah.
softball game, breakfast burrito number 2, maybe chill and watch some movies, pizza, die.
Dude,
I mean,
nice.
dude, fuck yeah. That's what's up. Impermanence, it's an important thing.
I talked to my brother about this when he was visiting because he has a daughter now, and he's so like he's like yeah. Once my daughter was born, I was so into like protection and all that kind of stuff, and we were talking about, and I was like yeah, I'm not even anywhere near that. I'm like, if there was a nuclear attack or apocalypse situation, I'm running towards the explosion. I don't want to be in this weak this bullshit survivor situation where you have to go through all this, you just have to fight other people, who knows what's going to happen. I'd rather just get it over with and then, but he's more like, he's got to protect his daughter. So he's like more like
Skin in the game.
And you want to die with the right energy, because maybe if you carry that into the next plane of existence, you want to go out like with a full heart and like really just expelling like your vitality.
Yeah.
I think that's a great call.
Yeah.
I think you'd be one of those people on Independence Day just chilling up on the roof of the building, having a rooftop party.
Yeah.
If you look back on it, those were a smart group of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would steal a MiG and fly it into the.
You'd steal a Russian plane. That's cool.
Or MiG's Russian planes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MiG.
Yeah, it's still a Russian plane.
It's always MiG.
Just to stick it to them one more time.
They're better on maneuverability than their F-18 counterparts.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move.
Or in Top Gun, it's not an F-18 though; it's a F-14 Tomcat.
Exactly, bro.
That's what the Top Gun guys are driving.
That's what they're rocking.
They're piloting.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Fired up for the new Top Gun to come out, dude. It's
incredible.
Gonna be nice.
The trailer.
The shots of those engines in the back just turning into jets with all that fire.
Oh, bro, it's so fucking sick, dude.
I got a big question.
Yeah, let it rip.
Miles Teller as, I assume, Goose's son.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling about that?
I like the casting. I think he's perfect.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I was big on Teller early on. I've since trailed off on Teller. And he's boys with Aaron Rodgers now, apparently.
He just got socked, Miles Teller.
Oh, I heard that.
He got socked at a Hawaiian restaurant's bathroom.
Really?
Some dude jacked him up, hit him a couple times.
Yeah.
And said he claimed to people that he was Miles Teller's wedding planner. And then Miles Teller stiffed him on like the $60,000 bill.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that at all because like I've never seen a male wedding planner before, let alone one that would punch someone.
Yeah.
A male wedding planner doesn't seem like the kind of person who's going to go whoop someone's ass in a bathroom for stiffing
He's
them.
randomly at hula hoops in Kauai.
Hey, bitch, the floral arrangement was incredible. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, dude?
I think it's because Hawaii's all about respect, and I think Miles Teller doesn't show respect all the time.
That's true. You cannot be disrespecting. Very true. Fucking, what did they say? Howleys, dude. You can't do that from North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dudes.
But you don't like Miles Teller as Goose?
Oh yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
To be honest, I've never been a big fan, and I don't mean to be a hater, but
he's a huge douche.
Yeah, I just. I just can't get on board. You know, I used to see him at the LA Fitness in Hollywood, and he would wear a Denver Nuggets like full NBA shorts and jersey outfit with a headband and sweatbands.
No good.
And I was like, is that Miles Teller? And he was just, and from that point on, I was like, I don't think you should be in Top Gun 2.
It's a big rule in the gym. You can either wear the jersey with a different set of shorts or the shorts with a different shirt. Full uniform. I don't know.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And this is coming from JT, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but earlier you did say you'll work out in a polo.
Mm-hmm. I worked out in a Friday's Beers polo yesterday.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No shoes on.
That's cool.
It's very
But
adult.
I also go to a gym where it's all weirdos, so it's not it's not weird to make a spectacle of yourself there.
Are you back at the boxing one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Just a couple times, but it is nice to be back in a regular gym.
It's so
I was getting kind of, I mean, I love all the equipment I got during COVID to work out with, and it was a lifesaver. But you know, there's only so many movements I can do with it, and I was like, man, I don't want to hit like cleans and front squats again. I just want to do like a lat pull down.
Right.
And I hadn't done a lat pull down in like a year and a half, so it was.
Yeah.
That's
felt
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to use those machines, you can't really. Yeah, your gym has this guy. I've been there a handful of times now, and every time I've seen him in all different hours, he's wearing karate pants, so the bottom half of a gi and a camo shirt, and he has long hair down to where a tramp stamp would be on his back, and he's just doing he's just doing tricep pull downs.
Mm-hmm.
Seen him there every time.
Yeah.
Interesting cat. What's his story? You know, get you thinking. A lot of guys, when you're in your gym, you're thinking, what's this guy's story? You know.
It's true.
And let's hear the story of these 4 horsemen of the frickin' Chillpocalypse, dude. So, there's 4 of them, dude. We all know that, dude. And apparently, dude, now this isn't coming from the Bible here, dude. Revelation 6:1 through 8. If anyone wants to frickin' read and follow along, if you're commuting and you have got a Bible on you, or if you're posting up in a hotel room listening, just look in the drawer, pull it out, cruise. So the first horseman, and I never knew anything about them. I'm always like, there's 4 horsemen. Who the fuck are these guys? What's going down? So the first horseman is a conqueror with a bow and a crown. He rides a white horse, which scholars sometimes interpret and symbolize as Christ himself, or perhaps the Antichrist, depending on, you know, where you're at. Second horseman is given a great sword and rides a red horse, symbolizing a war and bloodshed. The third carries a balance scale, rides a black horse, and symbolizes famine. And the fourth horseman rides a pale horse, and it's identified as death. So just basically all bad things. You got 4 horsemen, different colored horses, and it sounds like right here, if you're literally interpreting this, maybe they'd be riders coming out of the sky, something like that. And they're basically just saying, like, the apocalypse is coming, dude. They're the dudes who are like, all right, sort of like messengers, like, it's coming, dude, you guys better clean up your shit. So there's hope. It's basically a warning if they show up. And they're like, if you see us again, it's going to be a bad call. So they basically open up the 7 seals. And the 7 seals each seal is sounded by a trumpet. So you hear the first trumpet go off, and I always try to think of I'm like, where the fuck's everyone like hearing this trumpet? Maybe it's from the sky. There's like an angel playing it or something like that. And it's true. There's an angel.
So do they come to give the warning because they're sort of like humans? You guys are way out of line. You're sinning nonstop. You guys, you're really messing the whole thing up. We're about to destroy you. Is that their purpose?
Yes. And then everybody who has like an apocalypse theory, and due to like have cults or like some religious interpretations or different religions, they're always like, here are symbols of like what's happening, where it's like roads, all the rivers will run dry, and like, we'll have, and sort of like these trumpets coincide with those signs, and then everybody can do like, what's that called where you look back, like confirmation bias? Mm-hmm. Where like, oh, a lot of people have fun doing that conspiratorially of like, the locusts aren't coming now, or they are coming this year, which means that is apocalyptic year, but it's always like, well, it happens every 17 years. And then there's one where it's like, oh, rivers I mentioned were running dry, or like, it's like, well, people, that's actually roads, and people can't travel, and they travel on like cement roads. So those are actually the rivers. Mm. So it gets a little bit like, there's
a lot of connecting the dots.
Yeah.
I remember one of the things was there will be one global currency, and that was when the Left Behind movies were coming out, and the euro was starting to gain like a lot of traction. And so a lot of people at my Catholic junior high were like, the euro, dude, it's a sign. We're almost at the end. Might end up being Bitcoin. Who knows?
Yeah, now we've got Bitcoin or crypto. So it's, people are always, in every generation, thinks it's going to be the end, and then maybe it never is. But one time it will be.
It will be the end at some point. Yeah. That's the thing. One generation is going to be right.
Yeah. And something happened. I mean, there was an ice age. There was like shit where global stuff has gone down. And like, there is no question, like, we will get hit by another dinosaur-sized asteroid. But it's funny. It's always like, it's going to be in like now or the next 100 million years. Like, it could be tomorrow or the next 100 million years.
Yeah.
But
those are the two options, or any time within the next?
Any time within.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, we're due. And so it's like, well, if you're a gambling man, which I am, we're probably still good.
You gonna put down some action on that?
I'd love to.
Hit a parlay, maybe? Yeah. Asteroid hitting the Earth / nuclear missile going off?
Bro, I'm going to introduce, there's one leading theory, 2028. You know what I mean? Everyone said the Mayan calendar was 2012 ending. That's why all those movies came out. Then we have the Y2K crossover. That's part of like end times. We're going to digitize everything. People are going to go nuts and kill each other because no credit is existing. And then it's like, well, now we're fine. We just like added a digit.
Wow.
0.
Do you think it's interesting that humans always think about just the apocalypse as a concept?
That, yeah. When we were doing the research for this, I was like, oh, every culture has some, like, except for the Hindus, who seem to be the chillers, who are just like, nah, everything just keeps going. It's just a cycle. And then when you read that, you're like, yeah, these are the chillest people. Yeah, they seem to get it the best.
Yeah,
totally. But it is weird that every culture's like, yeah, there's going to be a moral reckoning, and the world's going to be on fire. And like the Native Americans, because you sent out a really dank kind of primer with everybody's. Yeah. Am I jumping the gun here?
No, hell no, baby. Let's get into it. The Hopis, yeah.
The Hopis were saying there was going to be iron snakes.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That made me think of cars. That made me, or like trains. Right? So when people are doing our like confirmation bias, and you're like these iron snakes, and you have this like slithering thing.
Trains, yeah, that's a train for sure, or an 18-wheeler, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's just a good look into the human mind. It's like, of course, what we're thinking about is like the worst possible thing that could happen.
It is weird. Why is that programmed into our biology too, to think about some kind of moral reckoning? Why do we think there has to be some kind of like end point where someone bigger than us gets mad at us for all the wrong things we've done?
Yeah.
It's, because we're a very social species, right? Like, we get along with each other very well. We can communicate very, very well. And it's like, when you have society, you've got to keep it together.
Yeah.
One thing, you got to appeal to people morally, then you have to do it like with, everyone kind of has to buy in and have that trust, And I think fear is, as we all know, a very powerful tool. And I don't know if it's like there's like 2 high priests doing that, or like whatever the thing is, but it's interesting.
Maybe there's a desire for things to be set right, because everyone is looking around and we're like, we see so many people getting away with things or not doing what they're supposed to, and oftentimes there doesn't seem to be consequences. So like maybe in our brain we're like, but one day a bunch of fire's gonna come down and burn all the assholes.
Yeah.
Dude, so
the
true.
Rapture.
The rapture will settle your hash, partner.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard at the one, I think it was the like Christian group. They're like, they're pretty sure that the rapture will come at this point.
Dude, yeah, exactly. They're like
2030.
Yeah, this one guy's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, just based on this one thing that's like one, like, basic article I found in the 15th century, I think that's about right. And, like, he just leaned in heavy to that. But then there's some people who buy in. It's
lot of attention and probably money in picking a date.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's really putting your balls on the table too.
Yeah.
But we could do that as a group. We could just come out and be like, hey, the Going Deep squad, we believe that everything's going to end on like 2042. So just prepare accordingly.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of fun to pick a date, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be tight to...
It's coming, dude.
When do you think it's going to be?
2042 sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah, 2042 is great.
Is that the Blade Runner?
49.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't want to miss out on year 2069, just, you know.
I think that's a good call. If it's a Chillpocalypse, 2069 is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I think a Chillpocalypse is something that I was going to even pitch to you guys of like, rather than like having end times or anything come down, it's sort of like you could just get right with your bros. Like if you haven't called your dad in a bit, just call him, be like, dude, I'm sorry that I said you were a bitch or that I pinned you that one time.
Right.
Are you sorry?
No, dude, he's
maybe about the bitch thing, but not the pin.
Yeah, the pin needed to happen, dude.
I think so.
It needed to happen.
I saw it. It was...
Yeah, we were all there.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the thing, I'm bigger than him now. It's like that's something I've been waiting for a long time.
Well, he used to clown on you as a kid so much. I mean,
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
He was trying to...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, he called you a bitch since you were like 7.
Exactly, dude. And he got into protein shakes during his midlife crisis, and he did get a little bit yoked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, sorry, dude, you just gave me the keys to the castle. I'm going to get more yoked up.
He says the only reason you pinned him too is because his foot slipped on your niece's Tonka truck.
Yeah, he makes excuses like that, dude. I'm like, bro.
Also cool that your niece has a Tonka truck.
It's tight. Yeah, she loves
really sick,
construction and modern marvels, and she's into building, so it's tight.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, look, dude, them's the breaks is what I told him. Could have been me slipping on the Tonka truck. Position yourself better.
Yeah, kinesthetic awareness.
I told him I'm gonna pin you, bitch, as I was walking at him. So it's not like I surprised him.
Yeah, and also I think a good reason why he slipped on it too is because he wasn't aware of it. Because he's so like, you know, he's so into like gender norms and stuff that he's not more into like fluidity of like little girls can play with Tonka trucks.
Totally,
and, like, it's chill.
He probably thought it would be a doll there that's soft.
Yeah,
and that his ankle would have been fine and wouldn't have buckled.
Yeah.
He didn't think she had toys with wheels on them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was huge.
His mistake, dude.
Yeah, welcome to the 21st century, bitch.
Get pinned. Count to 3, tap out.
Dude, when you pinned him and like that air came out, he's like,
yeah.
And that was just like sort of like a dad, you know, just like, oh fuck, my son just took over.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was honestly the pinnacle of my day, although my niece did crush it at her piano recital that day.
Did you apologize to him for pinning? Like, did you feel any kind of like guilt afterwards?
I still got to. That's the thing. That's maybe something I would do on the Chillpocalypse.
Oh, right. That's why you mentioned. That's what kind of brought this whole thing up. Sorry.
You know, just do it right, and then I think have like a rager, like Chad was saying, like you guys were saying, like a doomsday rager, but really it's like a chill rebirth. You know, maybe that's kind of what Burning Man is for people. Maybe that kind of exists.
I could see you pulling up to your dad's place on a Harley with like, you know, full leathers and stuff, and with shades, and you just like, to get him to open the door, you're just like revving it, and he looks out, and you just pat the back seat, and you're like, hop on, and then you guys go for a ride, and you make up.
That's an amazing call.
Near some bluffs or something.
And maybe have you guys cruise up with me, and we could be the 4 horsemen, and obviously we would have our steel horses.
Yeah.
One would be,
on a steel horse I ride.
Right in triangle formation.
Want it.
Dead or alive. Having each other's wing. Yeah, definitely riding triangle. You know, it would be 4 horsemen. We'll see if Joe could show up, but odds are he won't. Joe.
His hog's still here. It's so big. I can feel it.
Yeah, his hog is definitely in this room.
Yeah, Joe's going to sleep in during the apocalypse.
Yeah, dude. Like, yesterday I kind of had a big day. I'm just going to park it here.
He's like an asteroid. What the hell is that?
Amazing, dude.
JT,
Quiet.
There's no apocalypse.
Ilya. All right, dudes.
JT, you're going to Orange County. There's no apocalypse.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just going to get mad at
Yeah,
me.
why are you leaving? You pussy. Stay here.
No, dude, I got to go make some phone calls.
If there was an apocalypse coming, Joe would be on the side of the people throwing the apocalypse. Yeah, he'd be like, yeah, I'm going to help out. They need help with the apocalypse. So I'm going to clear people out, push them towards the fire.
Dude, he'd be a bouncer. Like, he's like, are you a sinner? No, you look like a sinner. He'd be the dude, like, filing the sinners and the people who, like, will get forgived. at the door. He's like, all right, you're this way.
God comes down. He's like, JT, you're getting raptured. He's like, yeah, I know I'm getting raptured, dumbass.
It's part of it.
And he gets like pulled up to heaven. She's like, yeah, can you speed this up? I'm hungry.
What do you guys got here? Grapes? Ah. Come on, let's go. Want some French Street?
Yeah.
All right, dude, let's hammer down some quick, just run you through what an apocalypse would really look like, dude, so people know it, got a heads up. So when you get the first trumpet sounded, dude, basically that means hail and fire is mixed with blood is going to come down from the sky. Trees get burned up in this plague and grass is consumed. So basically similarities to the 7th plague of Egypt. Bummer, dude. Second trumpet, dude, something like happens, like a huge mountain will be ablaze and thrown into the sea. So basically a third of the sea turns into blood. Everything's like thirds for some reason. So basically it's like a lot, it's drawing a lot from the 7 plagues of Egypt. Third trumpet, dude, freshwater lake. So, you know, I said a third of the ocean gets, you know, filled with blood and a huge mountain splashes in there and it's unchill. But just when you thought you're like, all right, well, we can still drink water out of lakes. Nope. Freaking rivers and lakes get it next, dude. A huge star blazing like a torch falls from the sky and poisons a third of the water supply. The name of the star is given the name Wormwood. You've maybe heard that before. Mm-hmm. Many people die of like botany and some other, and I feel like right now they're just diseases that we've now recognized and people would be afraid of in the times of like biblical times. They reference, you know, to like really garner and be like, well, it's real. People will get botany, those boils. That's kind of what they mean. That dude was a sinner. We talked a few episodes back about like vampirism, and it's just about how people can explain what they don't understand, just to sort of, the church can get more control over that. And if there's a small epidemic, people don't have understanding of modern medicine in the 13th, 15th century, 17th century, and they're like, oh yeah, it's vampires. And people are like, what? Yeah, there's a vampire out there. That's what it was. And really it was just like this disease called like porphyria that we recognized in like 1900. So just really sort of drawing a parallel there for you guys, which is tight, dude.
Yeah, it's legit.
Thank you, dude.
It's good intel.
Thanks. Yeah, to fucking research this shit. And so really just felt really tight about nailing that right there.
Yeah.
You did it for sure.
Thank you, dudes.
I'm going to take that into conversation.
That's really the whole point of this entire podcast is like you could just will really increase your conversationality.
Give people nuggets.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Memorize 1 or 2 things. Same goes with playing an instrument. Memorize 1 song on the piano. Play it well. When people ask you to play more, be humble. Can't do it. No.
What's that book you used to have on your night table?
The Game.
That was like 1,000,000 facts to read.
Oh, I still have those, dude. Yes.
Yeah. What is it?
One was called. One was called When to Fish Sleep, and it was just like a book of just little snippets of facts. And then another one was like, 1,001 factoids before you die or something like that. Another one was like the New York Times, like public library released like a book on facts.
But a smattering of knowledge.
I love it, dude. Having an improv background, great instructor said one time, an improviser's brain should be 5 miles wide and 5 inches deep.
Right.
You can just sort of
pepper it.
Exactly.
Just season it.
It's all you need. You be able to play ball a little bit here or there, and that's all you need.
A dash.
Mm-hmm. Let the experts, let the PhDs dive deep, you know?
That's a good point.
The 5th trumpet, and now we're getting into the end of it. This is the first of the woes, dude. These are terrifying plays, dude. The 5th trumpet is your demonic locusts. So basically everyone would say they'd be using confirmation bias to get 1 through 4. Then number 5 is where they'd be like, all right, dude, the locusts are coming. Now we're really fucked, dude. A shaft to an abyss opens up, dude. What up, Ed Harris? That falls down. And there's tons of powerful like scorpions down there, big ass scorpions that will take you out. People that you have to put the seal of God on your forehead. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but in the other plagues, it was like you would sacrifice like a lamb and put the blood there to save your first son from dying. So basically, you have to be like, look, I have faith in God. I want to repent on this step, and if you don't do it, then look out, dude, because the locusts are going to cruise through, and they're bigger ones, and they're just going to slay you. They've got crowns of gold on, dude. They've got like women's length hair. Basically, they look like rock stars. Kind of, I would like to imagine like a bunch of Marilyn Mansons flying around and slaying people.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, very scary stuff. Maybe,
Marilyn Manson's flying around?
Yeah, like that's kind of what the locusts look like. They're big, giant locusts. Then this is the second woe trumpet, dude. 6th trumpet, dude. This one sounds basically all the 4 angels that have been kept in captivity for this purpose come down and wreak destruction during the tribulation. These they have a supernatural cavalry, dude. 1,000 upon thousands kill a third of humanity at this point, dude. The riders have freaking breastplates of fire and dark blue and yellow. So I don't know, those colors probably symbolize some stuff, dude. The horses have heads of lions. Basically, this is just look out, dude. Bad shit's happening. This is the 6th trumpet. It's basically the end. And basically the severity of these things cruises down.
What if that really was the apocalypse?
It'd be insane.
Yeah, I'd be like, whoa, dude, because it's easier to picture it as just natural disaster kind of stuff.
Totally.
But this is so specific.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think this is because before there was broad publishing, so this was someone who would be writing kind of world building fiction at this point, like Tolkien or
yes,
C.S. Lewis or something like that? But at this point, it's where else can you put this stuff? Only in the Bible.
Has to be. You're in the Middle East. People know scorpions. Cicadas come. People don't like them. Every generation kind of knows about it and is a little bit like what's going on. And part of it involves people always get weird about solar eclipses and stuff. People say the sun will be out for super, super long in one of the apocalypses or after one of the trumpet sounds. And yeah, it's just taking what you understand and being look out. If we were writing the apocalypse now, it would be oh, nuclear bombs go off. Everyone's just I feel I'm most afraid of just people firing nuclear bombs.
Absolutely. It's the scariest thing.
More than an asteroid, more than a super volcano or a big tidal wave, or we're in LA, huge earthquake. Earthquake does scare me a lot, actually. Fucking COVID-19 was scary. Before we knew more about it.
Yeah, is that in there?
Yeah, the disease that botany, people would get that. But it sounds like the third gets slayed by these Marilyn Mansons.
Did you see in China today they recorded their first case of real bird flu transmission?
Whoa.
Oh, there's a new thing? That's good.
But they said that they said this about COVID too, that the risk of transmission is low. But
that's good.
It's fucking
sorry,
dude.
No, I'm ready. I'm honestly ready.
We're talking apocalypse stuff, dude.
It'll upset Joe, but I'll go straight back to my mom's at the drop of a hat. just tell me.
You should. Your mom's is the best, dude.
It's a good
I posted up there for it was the best. Your mom's the shit.
I know,
dude.
he was so mad. I was like, bro, I've never been happier.
Yeah. Dude, can't you be happy for me? Isn't the ultimate sign
I told
of
him
love?
he could come stay with me too. I knew he wouldn't, but I was like, Joe, just come down too. Yeah. Although I think he had COVID at that point.
I remember that. We thought Joe had it.
No, he had it, but he says he didn't.
Yeah.
We lost his taste and smell for a month.
Yeah, dude, he had it for sure. That's total symptoms.
But he's like, no, I had allergies.
No, I didn't have it.
Have you ever had those before?
At the exact moment that a virus that was spreading those exact symptoms was sweeping the globe. I shouldn't say this when he's not here. I got to say this when he's here. Sorry,
Joe, you should have been here, Joe.
Joe, I'm sorry.
We even have his mic sitting
I don't mean
here.
to badmouth you, Joe, when you're not here. Come on.
Yeah, JT, come on.
My bad, Joe.
You know I had allergies, dumbass.
Dude, amazing. All right, final trumpet, dude. 7th trumpet, dude. Loud voices in heaven saying the kingdom of the world has become the kingdom of our Lord and this Messiah, dude, will reign forever and ever, dude. 24 elders cruise out, dude, say the time has come. That's kind of creepy. Anytime dudes are talking in lyrics, unless it's or in unison, unless it's gang vocals on a Pennywise soundtrack, it's very, very ominous. Imagine they're in robes, dude. And there's tons of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder, earthquakes, severe hailstorms, and then the judgment comes down after that. And then basically, if you are a sinner, you don't want forgiveness, you're latered at that point. And so that's the basic, run-of-the-mill breakdown.
And so some of these say that people don't want repentance, right? That they'll stay
you have your
hard
choice.
fast into their rebellion against the greater forces.
Yeah, because when those
who would do that?
I know. And you got to believe in the signs. And it's so difficult for people. Even we're saying it trains or any dude that's saying, oh, this date. But that's where therein lies the rub, because it's well, maybe this dude is going to be, well, no one really knows. You know what I mean? Odds are no, but
and
no
why would
really
I trust
knows.
that person?
Why would you trust him?
I don't have enough evidence.
You always seem to have to give that person a Venmo or a Zelle code or your wife. And, you're if there's a dude who doesn't want anything from me, and I'm all right, I'm not really losing anything, and I'm gotta believe, or maybe show up at one event, I could maybe get behind that, but
I think it was Spinoza who said, if God ever confronts me about my disbelief, I'll say, Lord, it wasn't my fault, you didn't give me enough evidence.
Right. Maybe what he would say, but haven't I? There's another classic joke where this guy's stranded in a flood, right?
The guy, with the...
He's praying in the boat. You know this one. Have we talked about this? But
No.
if anyone who's listening who hasn't, he's praying, and he's like, God, come please save me. And this rescue boat comes by, and he's like, hey, man, hop on the boat. He's like, no. God's going to save me. And then he goes, all right, later. And then a helicopter comes down. He's like, hey, hop in. Like, let's get this, blah, blah, blah. God's going to save me. Helicopter takes off. All right, whatever, dude. Finally, the dude ends up drowning, gets to heaven. You know, Gabriel opens the gates. Peter, I forget. And he cruises, God, what happened? I thought you were going to save me. He goes, yeah, I sent you a fucking boat and a helicopter. What's going on, man?
What's the deal,
Tangible
bro?
stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So that's basically some of the stuff. We already talked on, like, some of these other theories, you know what I mean? Dude, I don't want to get dragging or cruising too long, but, you know, the Aztecs believe that a never-ending solar eclipse. I mean, Chad, you might like that apocalyptic theory. It's basically just the sun's out always, but does end up roasting you.
I think I would really enjoy getting roasted to death. If I could get sautéed, so I'm sort of like a rotisserie chicken, I think that would be really sick, and I think my vitamin D would be through the roof, and I think I'd go out really stoked.
That sounds like the most chill route to me, rather than a great flood or Marilyn Manson style locusts cruising around. The sun,
and then the real kind of, how the sun, in like a billion years or so is going to just start expanding. It's going to like swallow up the earth, and then I think I didn't say in like a billion years the earth will be like too hot for people to inhabit.
I think people are thinking sooner than that.
Really?
Yeah. Sounds right to me, and it only takes like a couple degrees off. And then we're gonna get like more solar flare or some shit when the ozone goes down.
Dude, the solar flares are gnarly.
Yeah, I get scared of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's what scares me a lot, even more than like like I said, hailstorms or anything like that.
Earthquakes too. I mean, when you feel a real earthquake, and the last one I felt was like probably 4.5. It's like, it woke me up. It's weird. It almost feels like God is like picking up your house and like shaking it for a sec, and then I'm like, on the big one, how long do those last? Because the one that I felt was 5 seconons, but then I always picture it lasting like a minute or so. But I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, dude. It's
how's
gnarly,
it gonna go down? I don't know.
It's gnarly. During one earthquake, one time I was a bonehead and felt the earthquake shaking, and then ran to a door because they tell you like stand in the door sill because it's got like the most reinforcement.
Yeah.
Except it was a door leading outside of the house. And my sister was like, "What are you doing? Just go outside." I was like, "Oh yeah, good call."
Right.
But it's outside. If you're near like trees and like power lines, what's the deal with that?
That's worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worse. Hopefully, I'm just out, dude. That's why you got to be out always, dude. For when an earthquake comes, dude, be out.
Smart feet.
You know, be chilling. But it seems like it always comes in the middle of the fucking night, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Norse mythology, dude, it's just a huge battle. Humans are collateral damage. Hindu, we talked about it, very chill, dude. The reincarnation, it's all cyclical, beast modes, dude. Buddhists predict that the complete degeneration of human society, maybe through wanting and desire, and, evidence is there through that. Thirst traps on Insta, dude, what up? And so basically just the next Buddha will appear. Zoroastrianism, dude. I got to do more studying on this, but apparently there was a prophet, Zoroastrian, and he believed that Earth would be devoured by fire, after which the sinners will be punished for 3 days and then forgiven.
Is that like Thus Spoke Zarathustra? Is that the same dude?
I think so, yeah. Who was like a prophet before Jesus' time. And Yuval Noah Harari references him, and he's like, just by the way of like economics and stuff, like we could have all been Zoroastrians today, but instead we went this way, and like emperors bought into Christianity and stuff.
Right.
It's interesting.
Why'd they buy into Christianity?
Just because Rome was like the main thread, and then when
there was just a lot of people there who were already Christians, so it was just an easier kind of fit.
Yep, and they had the greatest spheres of influence, and would wipe out of somewhat like a group that was into paganism or a smaller sect or something like that, and it ended up taking over. But then again, the Romans started persecuted Christians before that, but it was just leadership, and over time, like 100 years, next generation. It's like how you're raised, Nowadays, people are more into other stuff anyway, dude. It's gnarly. We went over mainstream Christianity. Mormonisms, dude, believe that, people who follow the Book of Mormon, Jesus will return to Earth in Missouri, and believers will be assigned to one of the 3 heavenly kingdoms. Muslim holy book, dude, the Quran says that God will assess humanity by annihilation of all life, resurrection, and judgment. Then the end days will mark an era where good eventually triumphs over evil, which is tight, dude. So those are your mainstream religions. There's obviously other ones, Rastafarianism and all that type of stuff.
What do they think?
Rastafarians that a late Ethiopian emperor, I'm saying this wrong, Haile Selassie as God incarnate. Rastafarians believe Selassie will return for the day of judgment and bring home those taken from Africa through the slave trade, heralding an era of peace and harmony at Mount Zion in Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell in his study of myths said that the fact that so many different cultures have overlapping beliefs or kind of symbolism in their storytelling doesn't undermine the honesty or truth of them. It actually confirms it, because we're all landing at a similar place.
I love that. And I think in all these religions you have a baseline like moral code of like being courageous and honest and not
the virtues are the same.
Yeah, a lot in like from cultures from a long time ago. And I was reading something too where it's like we only are operating with 3% of history. Like that's all we have, like, because people didn't write stuff down before that. So much stuff is lost to the ocean or disasters or looting or whatever.
Yeah.
So all of the evidence we have is 3%. And
that's
like
crazy.
Humans have only been here for maybe 30,000 years.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. It's nuts.
But you're into that stuff too with like Graham Hancock, right?
Yeah, Graham Hancock, he has arguments that there were civilizations, advanced civilizations, around 40,000 years ago that got wiped out by an asteroid.
Yeah.
And he also, in his new book, I'm pretty sure he argues that the Americas are the birthplace of human beings.
Oh, I like that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like way back to maybe when was Pangea and things were all pushed together, was way different.
Right, yeah. And that, through the Ice Age and through whatever, I haven't read the book, but through, it's just, we haven't been able to uncover that. And then the field of archaeology is just so, they're so rigid, I think, and they're the way they, do digs and at sites and stuff, that they're kind of very dogmatic, I think.
Yeah.
Their beliefs are like, no, this is how it happened, that they aren't willing to open up to these new ideas.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's mainstream in order to pertain, and maybe it involves ego to a little bit of a degree. It's a double-edged sword. It's probably good to some degree where any guy can't come in with any random theory, but
yeah.
You gotta have a framework.
Totally.
Yeah.
But any new discovery could change all sorts of shit,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's even one in California where it's like they thought they saw stone strikes on woolly mammoth bones, which a woolly mammoth is like, I don't know, 100,000 years ago, which would have meant
we wouldn't
like
have had tools back then.
No tools. And then but if that's true, it means men were here way before we thought they were by like 50,000 years and able to use tools.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like, well, what the fuck do we know? And then you're going back to college, changing all the books we're reading.
I mean, there may have been, a few apocalypses.
Probably. I mean, Earth's gone through cycles, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy shit, dude. The Ice Age, all that.
I mean, happened to the dinosaurs.
Right? They're freaking still chilling, dude. Every time I see a fucking emu, dude,
What's an emu?
Dude, it's basically an ostrich. It's basically an ostrich. Luckily, I've pounded this, Aaron.
Nice, dude.
It's basically an ostrich, just a few little driblets. Yeah, basically a fucking ostrich.
Nice.
But a little bit different. It's big. It's like 6 foot. Predator eyes, dude. Terrifying looking.
Eyes
bird.
in the front of its head.
Yeah, it's going to fucking get you, dude.
Right, and if your prey eyes are on the top of your head, so you got better periph.
Correct. This is a scary looking animal. You don't want to see them. People.
As I lift more, my eyes get more towards the front of my head.
Fuck
Before
yeah,
I started lifting, they were way higher on my dome.
Now you're dialed in and focused.
Now
dude.
I'm more of a predator.
What would you say is your prey? Just heavier weight, or poke bowls, or
my dreams?
Fuck yeah. And I think you're doing a good job conquering that.
Oh, come on, dude.
Maybe not conquering, but living out and experiencing.
Fulfilling.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Good call. Speaking of which, maybe hop into like 2 of these ads, maybe answer a question or 2, and then bone out of here.
Let's
Does
go.
that sound chill, dude?
Legit,
dude. So once again, dude, we're brought to you by Keep Athletics, dude. That's spelled K-E-A-P, Keep Athletics, dude. Stuff's falling out of your pockets, dude. You know what I mean, dude? Well, if you're going to propose to your freaking GF, dude, and make her your freaking dank-ass GFF, dude, your freaking wife for life, dude, like I'm trying to do, you're probably going to want to be posting up in a pair of Keep shorts. You don't want to lose that hardware, dude. Honestly, dude, they're functional, dude, and I'm all about form and function. My quads look absolutely jacked. I work out in them. I'm playing techno music loud, dude. I don't care. I'm bumping house music in my house while lifting. My phone is staying put. Dude, I'm doing burpees in these shorts. Nothing's falling out, dude. Absolutely fired up on it, dude. just making gains, dude, and having a really, really freaking dank ass time wearing these things, just posting up in them, dude. I'm going to go ATVing this weekend, and there's no question it's going to be 110 in the desert, but I'm going to be out there ripping it with no shirt on. I have to wear a helmet, and then I'm going to be in my Keep shorts, dude. And the good news is I'm going to have my keys to my car in my pocket the whole time. I don't have to worry about it. I can just sort of, grip it, rip it, and let it go. So treat yourself, dude. Listeners of the pod get 15% off while supplies last, dude. They're going fast, bro. Sick rhyme by me. So go to keepathletics.com/dank15. That's spelled KEAP. Keepathletics.com/dank15 for 15% off your first order. Keep gives you free shipping, returns, exchanges, and shipping insurance on all orders. Keep Athletics, dude. Pockets that work, and they're sustainable materials, dude. And I get freaking fired up on that, dude. And once again, dude, Credit Karma has always been there to help you make better financial decisions, and now they want to help even more, dude. With Credit Karma Money Spend account, you can be rewarded for good money habits, dude. Honestly, dude, that fires me up, dude, because my freaking dank fiance and I will reward each other for good money habits. I'll be like, oh, did you get a deal on that freaking rug? Smooch each other, dude. Oh, dude, that freaking those new hanging wall pots, dude, that put those succulents in there. Oh, you got those? You waited to buy those on discount? Oh, come here, dude, get smooched. So it's just nice to have a company that's sort of, smooching us monetarily, dude. And right now, dude, is an extra special time to hop in, dude, because when you make a purchase between June 8th and June 30th, you'll be automatically entered to win $1 million, dude. That's freaking tight, dude. So right now, dude, visit creditkarma.com/winmoney to open your free account and start winning instant karma. Go to creditkarma.com/winmoney to sign up for the free start and win instant karma, dude. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney, dude. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. See rules. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Incorporated, member FDIC. Maximum imbalance and transfer limits apply. What up, dude? All right, dudes. Let's hop in a few cues and then bone out. Here's it. Let's go, dude. Let's see. Stoke Tank on E.
Oh, wow.
Shard, a huge fan of the pod, dude. I'm in Kansas City native and currently attending school in Springfield, Missouri, which I cruised through on my road trip. Frick yeah, dude. He said it's the butthole of Missouri and not a dank place to be. I've been graduating this spring because he would be graduating, but he's 2 credit hours short of a prerequisite, and his school's only offering him one of the required classes in the fall. I have to stay a whole other year, even though I'm only 4 classes away from finishing my degree. Bummer, dude. I've been working at retail, putting myself through school and college. Hasn't been the dankest of times. When I'm not in class or studying, I'm working, and school has been absolutely draining my bank. I won't say it's all terrible, though. I have a super dank GF and an adorable pup, and I know it's fortunate to have made it to where I am now. With that being said, at this dead-end job, and the absolute kick to the nards of having to do another year of school has lowered my stoke to critical levels. Any inexpensive ideas to raise the stoke tank would be invaluable to the situation. So basically he's just looking to, affordably boost his stoke out there in Springfield, Missouri. He's got to stay at another school. He's working his way through college. I think he's making the right choice by finishing his degree. Mm-hmm. And so he's just looking for, super budget-friendly ways to get absolutely freaking pumped up.
I think he's going to build up a lot of energy to accomplish a lot in this year. So it might feel like you're idling, but I think you're actually generating a lot of desire and willpower, because you're just going to be looking out the window and seeing what you can be doing later, and you're just going to be like, oh, I fucking can't wait till I get out there when this is done. So I would just know that time is coming. And then if you got all that free time, because you're only doing a couple courses, that's a lot of time you can invest elsewhere to raise that stoke tank. So, whether it be a solid JOB, or, picking up some hobbies like learning another language or playing chess, or if it's just, really savoring those last moments in that environment too, just getting after it with people you care about. Let's go.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think you said it yourself, pump it up. You need to, I think it's just, you can pump yourself up without spending money, workouts. You can do workouts nonstop. You can literally pump yourself up. I like what you're saying about hobbies, intellectual pursuits, or just straight up hobbies where you just pump up your dome full of just good vibes, because anything you're doing that's like good for you and like boosts endorphins and all that kind of stuff, or just like makes you continually feel like you're progressing as like a human being. I think that'll boost your stoke in a more concrete way, where it's like you'll have a nice foundation of stoke moving forward as you finish off this year and then enter the real world with a steel hard cock.
I think that's absolute fire, dude.
Beautiful landing.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you absolutely nailed that, both of you guys. I'd say beautiful, good mental approach and some good tangible stuff you can do. For me, I got a dog and it was tight with my Dank's fiance. If you want something more cost effective because the dog costs dough, maybe get yourself a sick ass lizard or a chameleon. You'll get stoked when you just try to find it in that terrarium and you're like, whoa, there he is, sick. And just seeing how he changes colors and shades and shit might get you pretty pumped up. And it's pretty cheap to get a chameleon and pretty dank to have a pet too. You can have staring contests with it and just really have a nice time. Maybe a tarantula could suit the same need. So that's tight.
You stare at your dog a lot?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I freaking always stare at him. Dude, I stare at him and take pictures of him, dude.
Nice.
I've trapped this little thing in my house and just take pictures
Sonny.
of him, dude. Yeah, he's so cute, dude. I love him now, dude. Remember when my fiance, dude, when we first got him, dude, it was an adjustment, bro. She was like, what did we do?
And it was her idea, right? So she had a little buyer's remorse.
Yep. And then I was like, all right, let's give it some months. And actually, sadly, people that got dogs in quarantine are giving them back now. I know.
I saw that.
But Sonny's not going back. He's staying for the long haul.
Glad I didn't get one then. I think mine would be on the return trajectory.
I definitely believe you would be a great dog owner and take care of your dog and you would become boys. But there's no question it's a lifestyle shift.
Yeah, because sometimes we're playing COD late at night. You're like, you got to end a game early because you got to take the guy for a walk.
Yeah.
It's a huge sacrifice.
It's a bust. But it's made me want to work harder so I can earn a freaking dank piece of real estate with a backyard so I can just open the door and he can go out.
Oh, no.
And then I can game for as long as I want.
You want to give a better life to your little dude?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you, dude. Let's maybe just do one more and then bone out. It's called Dirty Talk in the B Room. What up, legends? Looking to sprinkle a little pizzazz into the old B room while making sweet, passionate, sweet, sweaty love to my lady. We were talking about adding a little dirty talk, which I suck at. I usually default to, oh yeah, you're so hot, or yeah, that's hot. Any advice on getting creative with the D talk? Thanks. Will, you came to the right guy. I also am not good at it, and we have JT here, who I think excels in this category. JT, any advice to share?
It can be tough though. Like if you're feeling, because you can feel self-conscious at times.
Totally.
But I think you just gotta chase the carrot more than run from the stick. What I mean by that is that, like, when you do say the right thing and it makes your partner hornier, it's a really exciting thing. Yeah. And then it builds, you build on that, and then you're kind of getting to a higher plane of pleasure, I guess.
Yeah.
This is hard to talk about, but I would just, each time you go in there, just take one risk. Just say one risky thing, one thing that's outside your comfort zone. Just keep pushing yourself to always say one thing that's risky. And then you're going to find that thing that actually hits. And then you just keep following that thread. You find out like what the direction is that you both like to go in together. And then you just keep stacking that. So just keep notes in your head about what's working and what's not. Yeah. And just don't worry about being great at it right away. You'll get there. It takes two to tango too. Just if you just be like, babe, like if I say something and it doesn't quite hit, but it seems like it, or if it does hit, but you're a little nervous, don't be nervous. Just let me know it hits, and then that'll get me so fired up that I'll keep going. Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little communication about the communication is good. Yeah.
Beautiful advice.
Yeah, I think one thing, because I was, up until, pretty recently, I was kind of a silent boner.
Yeah.
I just never, I don't know, I never really thought about that, but one thing I learned is that the communication, ask them what they like, which it sounds like they're already communicating about that. So ask her what she would like to hear and what turns her on, and then lay that down. And then if you want to sort of say hey, I like when you say cock or something, just be make sure you say cock a lot or something.
I love that, dude. I think that's a great idea. So sort of have this talk beforehand, build a little sandbox of dirty talk that you're going to play in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the word cock.
Yeah.
Like when you say maybe beehole.
Right.
Or, and maybe that's not one, or what.
Dude, that would be a funny.
Yeah,
I really like when you say beehole.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I really want to hear beehole. But whatever the words are, or the sort of direction you want to go, build that little sandbox, a little play palace for you guys, and then go in there and have a little fun.
Yeah.
Your McDonald's ball pit, if you will.
Yeah.
Tight, dude. I freaking love that. Great advice, dudes.
Yeah.
Fired up, dude.
Awesome.
Dude, guys, thanks so much, dude. It's been a year, dude. That's why had an anniversary here. Aaron, do you have anything to add in on Dirty Talk or getting stoked on a budget? My bad, dude. I forgot, dude.
Stoked on a budget, have a kid.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah, right. And Dirty Talk, I don't know. I'm not the guy for that. I'm
Come on, Aaron. You know you like some dirty talk. Get over here. You know you like some.
Aaron, do you like the word beehole?
Sure.
Yeah. Look into my eyes, Aaron. You know you like some dirty talk. You dirty whore. You filthy little whore. You know you like it. You can.
I
tell
like
me.
to receive it. Sure.
You can tell
I
me
don't
you like it.
particularly know how to do it myself.
Dude, just threats. I'll take you to Five Guys instead of In-N-Out.
If you say something that bombs during Dirty Talk, you just got to be able to laugh at yourself in the moment. Just be like, "Oh, sorry, that was too weird." Yeah, I think dude, one time I told a girl to call me like master or something like that, and she was like, "Yeah, that's not gonna work for me." And I just started dying laughing. I was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking." But I always kind of like explain it away where I'm like, "Look, you got to try stuff." You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I don't know. What if that like hit super hard? What if she loved it? Then all of a sudden you have this new fun interplay. So, yeah. I wouldn't jump to that one. I think the success rate on that one's going to be pretty low, but I tried it once. Yeah.
I freaking love that, dude. Great share, dude. Good honesty, dude. I don't think we have anything to worry about the apocalypse coming anytime soon. I think we're going to be posting up for a long time, having some good time. So.
Hell yeah.
But in any case, dude, go out there and make some great memories with your bros, with your freaking GF, with the people you love, and freaking pin your dad if you have to. So you guys stay stoked, and we'll freaking see you on the next one. Write in question, comment, suggestions. Chad, JT, thank you so freaking much, dude.
Thank you, Strider. Amazing.
Yeah.
Aaron,
Thanks for having us, Master.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Dude, yeah. We need some dirty talk. Late, dudes.
Let's go.
That was fun.
Yeah.